Ahead of their scheduled fight on October 28th, anticipation is built for Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. And what many feel could be a lopsided fight in favor of Tyson, many in the fighting community have expressed their surprising predictions and reactions for this fight. Let's get into it. Two-time unified champion Anthony Joshua recently expressed his strong distaste for the Fury and Ngannou showdown in October. In an interview with IFL TV, Joshua had this to say.
What are your thoughts on Fury fighting potentially Francis Ngannou?
Three thoughts. One, I shouldn't give a fuck. It's none of my business. Really, do you know what I mean? It has no business concerning me. It pays me no business. Number two, why? And he should have been fighting for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Straight up, that's nonsense. It's his fault. Three, if we're acknowledging his business, good luck to the man. Do your thing. Just right for him. What's it got to do with me? That's my three views on it.
His reaction didn't stop there. He went on to explain in more detail that unlike Fury, Joshua never had the chance to avoid a mandatory and just cash in on an easy exhibition. Usyk was my mandatory, and I ended up losing to him. I would have loved to have gone to Saudi to compete with someone else and make a load of money and swerve my mandatory. I would still be champion if I could do that, but I didn't get that opportunity and I had to take it on the chin. Life isn't always fair. Joshua went on to say that he's not necessarily frustrated, but just thinks that becoming a champion may be more important to some fighters than others. American boxing coach and commentator Teddy Atlas was recently interviewed by Daniel Cormier on the DC and RC show and had some rather surprising things to say about Francis Ngannou's ability to win this fight.
I'll tell you one thing. I think he's got the mental goods to handle the moment. I do. I think he's made up that way. And what he's been through in his life, everything else, and his experience, of course, in UFC, MMA. And I think he has special athleticism where he'd have a chance. I know people go, come on, Teddy, come on. This thing is a money grab. It's a circus. You know, come on. It's another Marvel comic.
Atlas went on to explain that obviously, Francis will not be able to match Tyson Fury's boxing level in such a short amount of time. But if he structures a strong base of fundamentals and strategy, it gives him at least a slight chance to shock the boxing world. Listen, you gotta be practical. You gotta be real about it. That means you're not going to make him a better boxer than the guy who's been boxing since he was a kid all his life in Tyson Fury. But I tell you what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean that you don't teach him the fundamentals. You do a quick course in it. Give him a basic fundamentals. He can't land a big punch. I don't care if he punches like frickin' Godzilla. It doesn't matter unless he has a delivery system. Enough fundamentals. British professional boxer DILLIAN WHYTE has been notably critical over Fury versus Ngannou in recent days. WHYTE, who actually lost via knockout to Fury back in April 2022, was recently asked about his thoughts on the Fury versus Ngannou by IFL TV, and he explained he believes the fight shouldn't be an exhibition and should count for something.
What do you think about Tyson Fury fighting Francis Ngannou?
I don't even know what to say, man. Crossover fights is good, but it shouldn't be an exhibition fight, though. It should be a proper fight. Either boxing rules with MMA gloves on, or that's what it should have been. Boxing rules with MMA gloves on. Then that's meat in the middle. You understand? Or punches and kicks with no takedown in the boxing ring. I don't know. Well, an exhibition is a bit of a joke having an exhibition. It's like they're both too big to be it should be a proper fight, man. It should be a proper fight. How much rounds is it as well?
I don't think anything's been confirmed exactly the stipulations around it.
He's gonna just beat Boss Ngannou. Ngannou can't strike. Even if
Who? Did you say Bungano?
Bungo, whatever his name is.
Ngannou.
DILLIAN WHYTE has been mixed up in his own controversies recently after his failed drug test forced his fight with Anthony Joshua to be canceled. He's now hoping to find a pathway to right the ship of his career in the upcoming years. Undisputed welterweight champion Terence Crawford, who is coming off a dominant win over Errol Spence Jr., is uniquely qualified to give a thorough analysis of this fight. Crawford, who is deeply embedded as royalty in the boxing world, will always remain loyal and back any boxer who competes in this new crossover fighting world, was recently asked at his press conference what % chance does Francis have of winning this fight, and his answer was simple: 0%.
We're going to have an MMA champion against a boxing champion, Francis Ngannou against Tyson Fury. What shot do you give Francis Ngannou in getting the upset and beating Tyson Fury?
0. 0.
The Fury, he punches long, and when he punches like that,
And he likes to go like this.
So when he punches long, he got those short punches inside. So he'll move him around. And when he throws him out like Watson, boom, that'd be right here. Hard punches the body.
Good to see, Mike. Good to see.
Let's go a little bit more.
How'd you get in on him?
Heavyweight legend Mike Tyson recently confirmed he will be in Francis' corner in this upcoming fight against Fury on October 28th. In a prepared statement from Mike Tyson, he said, "It's no secret I back Ngannou 100% in this face-off of champions." Francis later took to Twitter to confirm Tyson's statement with a simple tweet saying, "Iron Mike." Mike Tyson doesn't believe the gap between experience is as much a disadvantage as many people within the fighting community are saying. He thinks Francis' experience in being a combat champion has more than prepared him for this battle with Fury. He isn't a combat novice, he's a world champion. When you say first professional fight, he has many professional fights. He just never experienced a professional boxing match. Working with him yesterday, he has a good aptitude. I see a good future in this life. It's not going to be as one-sided as people think it is. I definitely believe it's going to be a tougher fight than anybody thinks. On a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan shared his thoughts on this fight, saying that although Fury is a far superior boxer, Francis possesses the power to put Fury to sleep instantly. He just needs to land one punch.
The thing about Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury is I do not imagine a world where Francis Ngannou can outbox Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a master. His footwork, his jab, his understanding of what to do. You ever see that fight with Otto Wilde where he's on the ropes and just bobbing and weaving and slipping punches? Will say, though, is Francis Ngannou hits like a freight train. Correct.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fight news and updates.